Hey everyone, I thought I would share with you my current sketchbook situation. Maybe it will inspire you or give you some ideas on how you want to. My kids are home. I'm not expecting a smooth filming here. Just to give you some ideas on how maybe you can find ways to motivate you to sketch more. So currently these are the three main sketchbooks that I'm working on. I do paint also on like single sheets of watercolors. I'm trying to go through my watercolor paper stash, and I think I'm doing a good job. I'm slowly using it up, and that's great because I really want to find a paper that I really enjoy and maybe get a roll of watercolor paper, which is quite an investment, and I want to make sure that I pick the best paper for me personally. So I also have a few papers coming my way, so I'll keep you updated. Okay, let's try and get through this. So I'll keep this one for last because I think it's the most fun. I have been trying to improve my pencil sketches and work more with pen, which I really like. So I have this sketchbook that I bought months ago, and this is by Fabriano, and it's called the Quadrato. It also comes at, I think, like a, more traditional format, but the quadrato are the square ones, and this is the small one, if I'm not mistaken. Artist journal. And the nice thing about this one is that it has 4 colors of paper, so hopefully you can see it's not too bright. So there's like almost like a craft color, and then more like a beige color, ivory, and white. And usually I'm not a huge fan of like craft, but this brown is very soft and pretty. So yeah, so I don't mind it, and it's just really nice. So this is like thin paper. It's good for pencil sketches and such. So the way that I'm working in it is just, for now, I used the white paper for more like pencil sketches, and it's a really nice size to take with me. This was Lily, because we went on a walk together, so she painted it also, and that's her work. And this is really the kind of like sketchbook that you can easily, sit on the couch in the evening just with a paper and enjoy it. And then the ivory, I am using, for now, the ivory color I'm using now for like pen sketches. And again, this is just a really nice size to take with you on a walk just with a pen. I like that simplicity. My obsession is watercolors, but sometimes the setup is just a bit too annoying for me. I don't have like the time to go out and set up my whole equipment in a way that is convenient and nice to me. And I think sketching with pencil and pen is really a better way for me, at least now, to do some sketching, to sketch more and also sketch outside. So I'm really enjoying this one. I think I don't know what I'll do in the other sections. If I have a good idea, then maybe I'll use them for something else, or just, keep going. Now this is just a big notebook that I picked up at my local art store. This is made by Hahnemuehle, and they're a German brand, and they have really lovely products. It has become kind of my go-to brand because it is more local to me. I'm in Austria, so Germany is closer than, anything made in the US. And the quality is fantastic, and almost all of their like journals and papers and everything are vegan. So it's been working great. And yeah, so I have this notebook. Again, this is like paper that is made for sketching. I really like it. It's not super thin. It has a really nice weight to it and a really nice tooth. So here I did just like a pen sketch, and then the other side, I'm taking a few classes from the Jeanne Oliver network, and so this one is, I think it's called Quirky Characters. They offered a bundle of a couple of courses. I really love sketching with pencil, but I feel like I'm still kind of searching my way of sketching, so this is kind of being vulnerable, sharing these things, but you know, it is like following a course. But some of these characters I really like how they turned out. It is from, you know, my imagination kind of, and so some of them I really like more than others. And yeah, it's been fun. I do enjoy sketching, and I think this one I really like how she turned out. We'll see what happens. So this one was also interesting, and this was a failed attempt at a mermaid. Then this was what was like being inspired by other known artists, so that was a fun thing. And then here, just, you know, some of it is good and some of it is really, really bad. And yeah, but I think I say it all the time, I think that just having a finished sketchbook is so satisfying that you kind of, it's easier to ignore the ugly stuff and just focus on the fact that, you know, there are some good things there and that you filled an entire sketchbook. So, well, this is kind of like a notebook, and I really, really enjoyed it, and I enjoy the size, I enjoy the paper. I have, you know, I went through half of it, a bit more. I can see myself purchasing more. It was really, really enjoyable. I think especially if you take sketching courses or online courses, something like that, I think it's a really nice size to have that you can really dedicate to a certain course and kind of have everything in one place. I just find it really easy to work in, first of all, in several sketchbooks, but have like a purpose or a go-to medium that, you know, I know if I'm picking this one up, I just have to take a pencil or a pen. And then if I do this, then it's work that I do with my courses or sketching like these women and pencil. Hopefully you know what I mean. And the most fun is this one. And I showed basically the journal in my studio chat video. And what I did at some point is I connected it to this cover. So this is a what are these called? Little Golden Book, and I was inspired by Art Journaling the Magic. If you're familiar with them, they offer these for sale, but they're in the States, and a sketchbook that they make is, I think, $40. So that plus shipping plus customs is just way more than I can pay for one sketchbook. I don't think they are particularly hard to make. You just need to find a good binding that works for you, and I did it. It worked. The only thing is that the size of my pages is just a tad too big for the cover. But I'm really okay with it, and it's really nice to handle and fun to look at. So I'll tell you what my concept is for this sketchbook, and what I think I'll continue to do is basically I have here 3 signatures. So the way that I'm looking at this is like 3 sketchbooks. And that's really fun because you can go in, you don't need like actual 3 sketchbooks to have around, but you kind of have a little bit of a structure. And yeah, so the first signature is my good ideas signature, and I showed you some of this, and this is where I go to with things that I have painted and worked for me, a little bit of experimentation, but most of it is kind of stuff I know. And yeah, the point is to, it's also good as a reference, but also to kind of encourage myself and have something really pretty and inspiring to flip through, you know, when it's finished. Then the second signature is, it's going to be more abstract work. I'm really, really interested in watercolor, in painting abstract with watercolor, and it's something that I'm hoping to explore. And yeah, there's not a ton of inspiration out there, I feel, that really fits the medium. So someone said that's a good thing, and I agree, because it means that it hasn't been explored. So I can be, you know, a trailblazer or whatever it's called. And yeah, so a couple of these 2 pages are kind of copies of works that I've seen on Pinterest. I got a comment about that, and I think I would like to open that for discussion at a future video. But yeah, obviously these are just like for my own personal learning, and I would never like sell them or anything like that. And then this is just me continuing to explore. There's a lot of like raw ugly stuff here, but it is what it is. So yeah, I think probably this will be the salvation of this journal. Then we move on to uglier stuff. And then the third signature is, well, for now I think it'll be kind of a collage or a mixed media type of thing. I think I might focus on a collage, and maybe also add some cut-ups of artwork of mine that, you know, I'm not super attached to, but I still can find like interesting sections of. So I might do that. This one was really, really fun. This is pure like playtime. So it's a few papers. I've taken all of these blank papers that are one color from my Flow book for paper lovers, if you're familiar with those. So they have each year, they have a few pages in those books that are just blocks of color. So I took out all of them and I cut them to pieces and I divided them to colors. This was inspired by Shirley Trevena and the way she works with like paper cuts or newspaper cuts. So I did all that, and yeah, I'm trying to see how I can work with that to kind of develop my own sense of color, and yeah, just experiment more instead of just making all the time like blobs of watercolor. So this was it. This was really fun. Another idea that I have for you is, you know, those 5 minutes before you go to bed?
The bad guy.
I think the bad guy. We've been listening to Billie Eilish here. I think that's such a great time for sketching. It's one of my favorite times that I come on my way to bed. I know I only have 5 minutes. I know I have like zero expectations, and I just really have fun. And that's what I did yesterday with these two. I just sat down and just painted a little bit. So this is what I'm doing with my sketchbook. I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying all of them. And I hope you feel inspired to try something similar. And Lily is on me, so I'll tell you to, I wish you a good day. Take care, stay safe. Ow, Lily. To say bye? Say bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.